Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am here with one more educational session for all of you. What you are seeing this picture? This is a human body. Okay, this is the complete human body. Here you can see many organs starting from top to the bottom. So human body is the structure of the human being. It is composed of many different types of the cells. That cells unite together to form the tissues, and when these tissues unite together they forms the organs, and many organs like brain, heart, lungs and many more organs, when they all unite together we have given the name body. So human body is a vast, okay, it is a very huge and composed of a number of things. So it is very difficult for us to study the whole human body in a single session. So anyway, today we are not going to discuss about the whole human body, but definitely we are going to discuss about a very important and interesting topics. Yes, today we will be discussing about the largest and longest in the human body. It will be surely very helpful for those who are preparing for their examination. So don't go anywhere and watch video till end, and also do not forget to subscribe my YouTube channel and press the bell icon so that you will be get the early notification of my next video. So let's start the class. First one is the largest internal organ in our body. First of all, what are internal organs and what are external organs? So internal organs are those which are present inside our body, and external organs are those which are outside our body and we can be see by our eyes. So for example, like heart. If we will talk about the heart is a internal organ as it cannot be seen through simply inspection. And if we will talk about the eyes, nose, ears, most of the sensory organs, all these are external organs. So the organs which are present outside the body are external organs, and the organs which are present inside the body are the internal organs. So what is the largest internal organ in human body? So what is this? Yes, this is liver. So liver is the largest internal organ in human body. Why it is called largest? Because its weight is approx 3 to 3.5 pounds, which is equal to 1.36 to 1.59 kg, and it comprises about 2% of total body weight, and it's about the size of a football. And what are the main function of the liver? Liver generally it helps in the metabolic activity as it is the main digestive organ. So it helps in the metabolic activity and responsible for many vital life functions. The main function of liver is blood filtration, and all blood leaving the stomach and the intestine, means it also helps in the filtration of the blood which is coming through or the leaving through the stomach and the intestine. It also helps in forming the drugs or metabolizing the drugs and making the early, means making the form of the drug so easy, so that it will be easily digested by our body. Okay, so the largest or internal organ is liver. Next is the largest external organ. So you can guess what can be the largest external organ. Our whole body is covered by a structure, and the name of this structure is skin. So skin is the largest external organ in human body. Why it is called largest? Because it covers about 16% of your whole body mass. Okay, out of 100, 16% of whole body is covered by the skin. The average weight of skin is about 20 pounds, which is equal to 9 kg, and the average weight and the weight of the skin is depend upon the person. Okay, what is the fitness of the person, whether he is too thin or too thick or fatty. So but in average we can say it should be about 20 pounds, or it is about 20 pounds or nearly 9 kg, and the average mass is about 222 square feet, means whole skin is spread into our whole body or throughout our whole body, and it covers about an area of 22 square feet, which is equal to 2 square meter. Okay, and it is approximately 2 mm in thickness. The primary function of the skin is to act as a barrier, as it is the outermost covering of our body. So the primary function of the skin will be protection. It protects our body from many harmful rays, many harmful radiations, and the entry of the microorganism is prevented through the skin only, as our skin is composed of many skin barriers. Okay, so what these skin barriers do actually, these skin barriers help in, okay, prevent the entry of any foreign body in our body. Okay, so the primary function of the skin is it acts as a barrier and prevent our body from the outside source. The skin provides protection from the mechanical impacts and the pressure. Also, when we are going to the excess heat and excess cold, that time also our body or our skin prevent our body from the harmful effect of that excess heat and the excess cold. It also helps in the maintenance of the body temperature, prevent the entry of microorganism, any radiation and the chemicals. So basically the skin function is to protect our body from the outside source and act as a barrier. Next we will see the longest muscle in human body. So here is the longest muscle in human body. So in this structure, in this picture you can see two structures. This is a pelvic bone. Okay, this is, what is this? This is femur, this is patella, and then below bones. So the pinkish part which you are seeing, this is the longest muscle in human body. And what is this? The name of longest muscle in human body is sartorius muscle, and it is about 50 centimeter. Okay, because of its length only it is called as the longest muscle in human body. So what is this? Actually it is a long thin superficial muscle that runs down the length of the thigh in the anterior compartment. Mainly this sartorius muscle is present in the anterior compartment. Regarding this anatomical directional term I have already taught you, so what is anatomical you better understood, I think. Okay, so the sartorius muscle can move the hip joint. What is its function? Mainly as it extends from that pelvic region to the entire thigh, so it helps. What is the main function of it? It helps in the movement of the hip joint and the knee joint. At the tip it can flex, weakly abduct and laterally rotate the thigh. At the knee it can flex the leg. When the knee is flexed, sartorius medially rotates the leg, turning the foot to the look at the sole or sitting cross leg. Demonstrate all four actions of the sartorius, means main function. So the function of the sartorius muscle is it helps in all the movements which are done through the knee joint and also at the hip joint. So longest muscle in human body is sartorius. Next we will see the strongest muscle, which is the strongest muscle in our body. So any guess? Yes, name already written in this picture. So the strongest muscle in human body is masseter muscle. So where it is present? The masseter muscle generally present in the cheek region. The masseter is one of the muscle of the mastication. The main function of this masseter muscle is its help in the process of chewing or the mastication. It is a powerful superficial quadrangular muscle originating from the zygomatic arch and insert along the angle and lateral surface of the mandibular arm. So this one is the where it actually exists. It is responsible for the action of the mastication or chewing. So and the main function of it is it help in the mastication and chewing of the food which we are taking through the oral cavity. Okay, so it is the strongest muscle in our body and the name is masseter. Next we will see the largest muscle, which is the largest muscle in our body. Largest means which is spread in the large area. So here you can see one structure. So through this picture can you identify which area is this? Yes, this is a buttock area. Okay, so the largest muscle is gluteal maximus. Generally this gluteal region, it is composed of gluteus medius, gluteus maximus and the gluteus minimus. So along these three muscles, the gluteus maximus it is spread into a large area. So it is also the largest muscle in human body. The gluteus maximus is the main extension muscle of the hip. It is the largest and outermost of all the three gluteal muscles and make up a large part of the shape and appearance of each side of the hips, and it also helpful in making the shape of our hips. The gluteal maximus straightens the legs at the hip. It acts upon the pelvis, supporting it, and the trunk upon the head of the femur. It also, another important function of this muscle is it helps in supporting our trunk as well as our trunk and the pelvic area it supports. So gluteus maximus is the largest muscle in human body. Next is the smallest muscle. So what is the smallest muscle, or what is the smallest muscle in human body? It is the stapedius muscle. Okay, stapedius muscle, where this name come from, mainly our middle ear. It is composed of 3 bones. Okay, malleus, incus and stapes, and stapes is the smallest bone in our body. So as it covers the stapes bone, so stapedius will be the smallest muscle in human body. Why it is smallest? Because it is approximately 6 mm only. Okay, it is only 6 millimeter. The stapedius is the smallest skeletal muscle in the human body at just over 1 millimeter in the length. Okay, its length is only in millimeter. Its purpose is to stabilize the smallest bone in the body, the stapes. What are the functions of the stapes? That all functions are stabilized by this stapedius muscle. So this is very important muscle, or very important muscle, which is helpful when we will study, or when there is a hearing conduction in our body. Okay, next we will be seeing the longest muscle. Okay, the longest muscle in our body is what is this? Which part is this? This is the thigh. So at thigh region, which bone is present? Femur. So femur is the longest bone in human body. Why it is called longest? Because it is about 48 centimeter in length and 2.34 centimeter in the diameter. As the femur is the only bone in the thigh, it serves as an attachment point for all the muscles that exert their force over the hip and the joint. So it is only the bone in the thigh region, so it is covered and it is attached with all the various muscles, which are including the sartorius muscles which are present in the hip and the knee region. It is the both longest and the strongest bone in the human body, extending from hip to the knee. It is longest as well as the strongest bone in the human body, and it is extending from hip to the knee region. It can support up to 30 times the weight of an adult, and as it is the very strongest, so it can support the human body 30 times. Next we will see the smallest bone. So which is the smallest bone? Muscle I have already told you. So it is present in the middle ear. It is the middle ear bone. Okay, so it is the smallest bone in human body. What is that? It is stapes, and because of it's only 3 millimeter long and 2.5 millimeter thick. Okay, the stapes is the third of 3 tiny bones in the middle ear. You can see 3 bones: malleus, incus and stapes. So among these 3, stapes is the smallest, as well as among the whole body of a human being, stapes is the smallest bone. Because of its shape, it's sometimes called stirrup. Okay, you can see its shape. This is the stapes. So it's a zoom picture of the 3 bones in the middle ear. So stapes, because of its shape, sometimes it is also called stirrup. It is situated between the incus and the inner ear. The stapes transmits sound vibration. What is its function? It helps in the transmission of the sound vibration from the incus to the oval window. Okay, from the incus. Okay, from the incus to the oval window, it helps in the transmission of the sound. A membrane covered opening to the inner ear, which is the opening to the inner ear. After that, the ear means the conduction of the hearing system, the conducting system of the hearing, all the process. It also one of the important helpful bone. Next we will see the largest human cell. So largest human cell is, what is this? This is ovum or egg cell or female gamete. So the egg cell, ovum or oocyte is the largest human cell. In all the mammals, the ovum is fertilized inside the female body. The ovum is one of the largest cell in the human body, typically visible to the naked eye. Means it is that much large that we can see this cell naked eye. Okay, we can see this cell by the naked eye without aid of microscope or other magnification device. The human ovum measures approximately 0.15 to 0.2 mm and 0.039 in inch, okay, in diameter. And it is, why it is important, it is the largest human cell and it is a female gamete cell. Why it is important? It is, all we know, it is very helpful in the process of the fertilization. If ovum is not secreted through the ovary of the female, then she will not be able to conceive the pregnancy. So it is very much important for conceiving pregnancy in a woman. Next, last we will see the smallest human cell. Okay. Next is the smallest human cell. So what will be the smallest human cell? The sperm cells. So sperm cells are gametes or sex cells that are produced in the testicular organ gonad of the male human being and animals. The smallest cell is the sperm cell. Sperm is the male reproductive cell and they are smaller in size. The main sperm function is to reach the ovum and fuse with it to deliver two subcellular structures. From head to the tail, human sperm cells measure only about 50 micrometers or 0.05 mm or roughly 0.002 inch. Okay, so the smallest human cell is the sperm.